So last time I was here, I talked about what I thought of Neon Genesis Evangelion and its theatrical follow-up. I gotta stop talking like this, it sounds really dumb. This time around, we'll be talking about the sequel to... Sorry? Oh, it's not a sequel? Okay. Alright. So we'll be talking about the reboot of the... It's not a reboot? Well, what the fuck is this thing supposed to be? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I wasn't 100% sure about making this video right now. I mean, I absolutely wanted to. It didn't feel right to make a video about something before it's even finished. As of right now, the final installment, Thrice Upon a Time, has no international release date. I kinda can't go to Japan right now to watch it, so I'm in this limbo of just, I don't know what this element means because I haven't seen the last movie yet, so. Nevertheless, I told you guys I would make the video, and I don't really feel like waiting a whole year, so I'll just try my best. Here we go, my love-hate relationship with Evangelion Part 2. Sometime around 2007, Hideaki Anno conceives the idea of the rebuild, story revolving around a 14-year-old Shinji Ikari, who's kinda the same as before, but we will get to that. Shinji is tasked to pilot a giant Eva mech and fight off these angels from destroying mankind. Yeah, I don't want to do that again. As I understand it, the rebuild of Evangelion is a result of Hideaki Anno trying to destroy the franchise? I think that's what he said.
Anno さんはエヴァンゲリオンから逃れることができなかった。決着をつけるべく映画として作り直すことにした。
Anno made Evangelion the way it was to criticize and shame otaku culture. Don't think most people caught that, but he's gonna try again here in the rebuild films. Another important thing to note here is that Anno was incredibly depressed while making Neon Genesis in the 90s, and according to his own words, he based most of Shinji's traits off of his own.
だってシンジ君なんか見てたらそうじゃない。で本人がそうだしね、描いてるものもそれ。だからその苦しさが映画の中で出てくるから若い人たちが共感できるんじゃない？その生きづらさが。
I didn't talk about this at all in the first video, but I bring it up now because I'm just really glad that Anno is in a better headspace now. He was bogged down by all these emotional problems and financial issues, and now he's able to retell or expand on his creation with a much better mindset. Good for you, sir. I hope you're doing well today. Okay, but now I'm gonna give you shit for these movies. Haha. So the first movie, titled You Are Not Alone, begins almost identically to the original series. Actually, almost everything about this movie is like frame for frame repeat from the first 6 episodes. Except there's small implication that it is following the events of End of Evangelion. Ooh. Anyway, yeah, there's not really much to talk about here. It's like the same as before. Fight scenes are a little better, or animated a little better. The sea is red. Misato shows Shinji what Lilith looks like super early, and he looks like this now. And Kaoru shows up. We'll talk about him later. Yeah, that's about it. Also, can someone tell me why everyone is so horny about this fucking angel?
Yes, dear.
6 out of 10. It's like the same as Neon Genesis, but it's paced really weird. Next! Now we've arrived at my personal favorite Evangelion movie, You Cannot Advance. I am not kidding. To be fair, this movie is what I originally wanted going into Eva. Like, when I started Neon Genesis, I was expecting epic kaiju battles and amazing music and good character development, and I only got 2 of those out of the 3. Now 2.0 rolls along and gives me the full package. For the most part, this movie does still follow like a similar format to the show. Asuka is introduced, an angel affects in Eva, Rei gets a little more character development, then dies, then this toilet paper motherfucker just comes and beats the shit out of everyone. Unit 1 gets a little hungry, and straight up eats an angel. That's a very condensed description of how the movie unfolds. Definitely the biggest change in this movie is what happens to the characters, or at least like what they experience. And I'm just so glad that we finally get some goddamn character development, man. We see Rei develop a little more of her humanity, which we did see in the show, but I don't think it was done as well as it is here, so I appreciate that. Asuka is still an asshole, but here she begins to realize that, oh, maybe having people that care for you isn't so bad. Maybe having people around you instead of pushing them away is like, it's really nice. We didn't get that in the show, and I like that we got it here. Shinji is not the same. So he comes back from not wanting to pilot the Eva in the show because he thinks he's doing what's right. Here it's a little more selfish. He just wants to bring Rei back, which is important later, I think. I don't know. Masato stays the same. I mean, well, she wasn't bad in the show, so nothing to change, I guess. And one of the biggest distinctions that this movie makes from the original is the introduction of Mari, which is weird. Not weird because like I think she's a bad character. I think she's fine. I don't know why she's here. I'm sure they'll explain it in the last movie. Okay, small things I want to touch on. I really like the score in this one. The action scenes are fucking insane, and the new voice actors are really good at their job here.
みんなのことも誘うといいって。あいつに関わるとろくなことだよ。じゃあ、私パース。ダメよ。輪を持ってタッとしとなーす。アスカは行きなさい。それも命令。
Okay, small tangent. There are people out there who don't like these movies because they're all, oh, she wouldn't do that in the original and shit. Okay, people can have whatever opinion they want, but like, come on. What's not to like here? Oh, I prefer my lifeless hollow husk of a human over someone with character growth, sorry.
おまけに、どうしてこう日本人って危機感足りないのかしら。よくこんな鍵のない部屋で暮らせるわね。信じらんない。
Sorry, I got a little carried away. Where was I? Oh, right. 8 out of 10. I like it. I just don't know why Mari's here. Next. Don't you guys wish the whole movie was this cool? Yeah, me too. Welcome to the third rebuild film you cannot redo. When I mentioned this movie last video, I said, but I don't want to give it something like a 5 because I'd be lying if I said it had a lower score than 3.0. And okay, I might have been talking out of my ass a little in that video. I don't think End of Eva is a 6.5, but I stand by most of what I said. Anyway, I implied that 3.0 was pretty bad. Do I still think that's true? Not really, sort of. So before I start, I have a little bit of backtracking to do. Last time we were here, Shinji came back to pilot Unit 1 to save Rei. But Unit 1 is built differently, so he starts the literal third impact trying to do so. And then Kaoru comes back and prevents Unit 1 from ending the entire world. And then okay, I don't know what any of this is. It's like a post-credit scene teaser for the next movie, but none of this is in the next movie. So this film takes place 14 years after the fact, when Shinji wakes up from whatever coma he was in. I guess he was stuck in Unit 1 for like 14 years, where he finds that everyone hates him for essentially ending the world, which is fair. So that's the basic setup for the movie. How is the actual movie? Yeah, this movie is kind of all over the place. The recurring problem of introducing more unexplained shit returns with 3.0. Like, why does Asuka have an eye patch? Why is Ritsuku's hair so short? What are all these Evas? There are 2 spears again with the spears? What the fuck is the Vessel of Adam? Who are these people? I still don't know who Mari is. What is this movie? The characters in this movie take a pretty drastic shift compared to the first couple movies, which is fair after 14 years. Misato and Asuka are pretty similar in the sense that they're like pieces of their old selves are still there, but it's muddled in this like new pissier versions of themselves. Rei was saved in the previous film, but apparently not, because now we have another clone of her. Again.
You are an empty, hollow shell of a woman!
Mari is just kind of here again. I don't understand her character. Like, she provides some comic relief, but she doesn't really do anything in this film. And we are now formally introduced to Kaoru, Shinji's new boyfriend, the guy from earlier who almost kind of saved the world. Yeah, I don't know why he's here still. I don't think I've realized this until now, but Shinji's character is like significantly worse in these movies than he was in Neon Genesis. Like, it takes him a while, but he learns valuable life lessons in the show. Then the first two films happen and he's just kind of like, whatever. Oh, nothing matters since I have you back now. And in 3, he has evolved into his true form. The biggest, dumbest bitch in the fucking series. So for some stupid reason, Kaoru and Shinji need to pilot this Pacific Rim Ava together to pull out these two spears, the spears from earlier. Kaoru starts to see something wrong because they're the same spear and not two different ones. And better yet, he tells Shinji that something is wrong. What does Shinji do? He pulls out both spears even after being told not to do that. Yes, this is your fault, you stupid fuck. Yeah, anyway, he almost ends the world again, and Kaoru kills himself, Kingsman style, to save it. Yay! Yeah, this movie is kind of all over the place. Like, the first half is really cool and, like, genuinely interesting. And then the second half happens, they just drop so much stupid shit. Okay, let's see. I have some stuff I want to talk about. The animation in this movie in particular is, like, actually insane. There's this one shot that's like half CG, I think, where it acts as like a handheld camera. And the first time I saw it, I was like, Jesus Christ, that's really fucking nice. And even the hand-drawn stuff is still really good too. Also, the music is pretty good. Interestingly enough, the track Anthem that I played at the beginning of this part, yeah, that one. It's taken right out of like an older anime that Anno did with Shiro Sugisu before Eva. That's like if John Williams was scoring Schindler's List and just decided to reuse Star Wars music. 6 out of 10. It's not like awful, but like Shinji's so fucking dumb, so it's a lower score. What the fuck? Why is it still recording? Is there more? Oh my god, there's more. You know what? No. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna wait until the movie comes out. Yep, so those are my thoughts on Evangelion. Just as a recap, I thought Neon Genesis was pretty good, and Evangelion was pretty depressing. The second rebuild is the best, the first rebuild is the worst, and the third one is kind of in the middle, and the last one isn't out yet. I'm not gonna do the first 12 minutes, that's kinda lame. Overall, I think the series as a whole is pretty good. I think that there's a lot to take in, some lackluster characters, and sometimes the story gets very hard to follow, but I enjoy it for its incredible animation and set pieces and the music and the way that it tackles emotional problems. And I will be doing a video on 3+1 when the full movie comes out in the US, so stay tuned for that.